Hey, good morning, everybody. This morning, for my kitchen thoughts, I've been thinking about suicide and not for myself, just as an idea, and how it's been plaguing a lot of our small communities across Lake. Um, yeah, and just an overall thought in some of our lives. And a lot of us say, and or for those of you that say, I never thought of suicide. The people that do that, I could never do that. How can someone just say no to life? Why would anyone ever do that? And what you're really saying, or the idea behind that, is that you're only seeing the world through your eyes. You are not looking through the world through their eyes. And what you see is your life growing up, maybe your mom and your dad, all the good times you had together, the family dinners, the barbecues, the beach trips, all those great times. But when someone says, I want to kill myself, or the people that do kill themselves, and you can't understand, that just means you had a good enough life. I'm not saying you didn't have problems. We all have problems we have to deal with, soul crushing problems. We all deal with those. But some of us, some of you, have so many problems that you want to say no to life. And not everyone will understand that. Now, when you say you're only looking through your eyes, it just means you're looking through your own experiences. There are those out there with experiences so bad that they don't want to live, that their troubles are so bad, their betrayals, molestation, watching people die, all these things that they can't even talk about or they don't know how to talk about. And that is one of the biggest reasons is that they don't know how to talk about it. There are reasons why when people drink, that's when they start talking. All these problems start coming out. It's like, oh, I hate drinking with that guy. He always talks all this kind of shit. He starts crying and stuff. He's always crying. Yeah, because with alcohol, it takes down all your filters, and all you're left is with your feelings. Now, for most of us, we just have on a good time. Like me, for myself, whenever I drink, I always just have a great old time because I'm able to talk about my feelings. I'm able to talk about my pain because I've been taught to. I've been allowed to in my life, and I've been very lucky. And that's all big thanks to people in my life that allowed me to do that. But there are those that do not have that they feel so alone, that they felt betrayal, that when they do reveal themselves, that it will get thrown back in their face. There are people out there like that, and they don't know how to speak, and they hold it all in, and it comes in the forms of alcohol abuse, substance abuse, even the worst case, suicide. Yeah. And I began really researching this idea, listening to psychiatrists, psychologists, and going through a little bit of therapy myself. I've been and wanting to work in the field of psychology, and want to become a therapist in the future. Yeah, that this idea of suicide, that to realize that the world is different in every person's eyes, and we have to let ourselves understand what it's like for these people, that even though they can't properly explain themselves, is that they are going through these very, very hard things. And to understand them, to realize, oh, maybe you're not as bad as you seem. Maybe you're just a good person doing bad things. Whatever the law of them, not all of them. There's a couple. There's a couple, maybe a handful of them that just love doing bad things. We all know who they are, and they're scary people. Whew. Yeah, but for the most part, there's a lot of good people out there just doing a lot of bad things, and we have to help bring change to them, and they need a lot of help, years of help. You can't change them like that. You can't say, hey, just do this, get a job. Stop drinking, stop doing this. That doesn't work. It's like saying, hey, stop being fat. Hey, just stop eating. Just start working out. Exercise, exercise, exercise. Why can't you do it? It's not that easy. It's not that easy. It takes years and years and years of talking, being there, learning to trust again. All these big things we take for granted. Not all of us had it, but for those that do, and then this to say, I can't understand why people kill themselves, hurt themselves, why they abuse alcohol, why they do drugs. It's those people that we have to understand that these are good people in a rough spot. And it's up to the people up high to help the people, to lend a hand and help them up. Yeah, that's what Jesus did. That's what all the good people did. It's up to the people up high to reach down low and help those in need. And it's tough. It needs practice. Not everybody can help people. There's a proper way of doing it because there's this term called toxicity. And it's like a person who's drowning. Now, you would think a person who is drowning would ask for help, but they're struggling in the water, they're struggling, splashing. And there's this rule about lifeguarding that says before you help someone who's drowning, you have to kick him away from you. And that's just a form of consequences. Because the reason why they do that is because when you try to help someone who's drowning, they will try to drown you as well. They don't do it on purpose. They do it by choice, but they don't do it on purpose. It's very complicated. It's very complicated, but we'll get to that later. That the reason why you have to kick them is, hey, I'm trying to help you. If you don't settle down, I will not let you drown me. So if you want to survive, you have to listen. And that's a form of kick. That's a form of setting up rules. That's a form of proper boundaries. There's a right way of helping people. It takes training. Not everyone can do it. So just don't jump in thinking you can do it. Or if you think you do it and it never works out, like I helped you this many times, I did this, I did that for you, but you keep failing. That's just because you're not, your heart's in the right spot. You have all the good intentions in the world, but there is a proper way of helping people. You can't just, you can give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but you have to teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. You have to teach these people how to help themselves. And it'll take years and years and years. It's not going to take days, not weeks, not months. It'll take years, and not everyone has a commitment. But if you can put the proper amount of resources to the people that want to do that commitment, who can do that commitment, who are qualified to do that commitment, then we have to rely on those people and help get these people to those people that know how to help. Yeah, and I want to be one of those people. I want to become qualified to be that person to help get everything started, because I'm great at starting things. I've been starting things my whole life. I ran a multi-billion-dollar business, not on my own. I was just a supervisor, and I ran a warehouse, the biggest bread distributor in the world. I filed reports. I did this and that. All this kind of supervising stuff about running an organization, always being on time, doing and then just doing my own research for the career I want to do in the future. So I'm gonna start by having these little talks, just for between me and you for now, and then hopefully in the future, and then one day I'll be someone qualified. Yeah. But that is my kitchen thought for the day. If you like it, I'll do more. I'll do a bunch of these things. It's just for me, just to help get these ideas out into the world. I've a lot. I've been writing for years. I have this whole book of ideas, great ideas. I've been sharing with my mother for a long time, and she really she's blown away by these ideas. And they're not new ideas. They are things that already work. They've worked in other countries, third world countries, building up these communities who also suffer from impoverished, having nothing around in the world. I'm just using these ideas that already work and applying them to Cross Lake. And I'm gonna get as well as I can. And as soon as I get better, I get healthy enough to do stuff. Oh, that's my time. But I want to be the person that helps, and this is my plan on how to do it. Yeah. So I'll see you next time. And this is Adam, and have a good day.